month and a half, which we're excited for. That one's coming out amazing. Just finishing up things right now. And then in about 2 weeks, hopefully less, but 2 weeks, we should have final approval permits to build 4 units on another property that we own about 7 minutes down the street from that one. So a lot of things in the mix, very exciting on the real estate side of things. If you're looking to take down your first real estate deal or your next real estate deal or your 15th real estate deal, then then I got this strategy that I've done with numerous people in the past, and I want to give it to you right here, just because it's something I've had many people ask me for, and it's like, man, every single time that I need a deal, not one time, not two times, but every single time that I've ever needed a real estate deal, or even me coaching dozens and dozens of people through just real estate, okay, just real estate piece of it, I've always done this one thing, okay. Submit 3 offers per day. Just 3 offers per day. If you can focus on that one simple KPI, and of course, I'm going to break down all the other things that go involved with that beforehand, but 3 offers per day within a couple weeks, typically, from my experience, a couple weeks, but within 30 to 90 days, I guarantee it, you will get a deal or your money back on this information, this free information right here. All right. Every single time it's always worked. Casey from Sacramento, what's up? Hope you're doing amazing. Oh, it's cool. Keep it here for everybody. It's okay. People aren't reading that stuff anyway, and it gives me an opportunity to answer anything. Didn't want to promote others, just wondering if you had some input. I'm working, I'm at work, so I have chat only. I went into fund and grow before I found you. I'm sorry that you went that route. The do it for you service, in my experience, it never works out well. I like the 500K, but wondering what it takes. I'm starting fund and grow next month. Oh no. But maybe I'll come over your camp after. Thoughts, timing, underwriting requirements, real estate focused. Yeah. Um, Casey, it's all good. I'll chat with you right here. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. So, the do it for you services are never going to care about your finances, your future, your family, etc., right? So, be aware of that. They are playing a numbers game, and the price is what you pay, values what you get. Okay. You're not going to be able to learn this. They're going to tell you per round, and they're going to tell you string it along for 12 months or longer, 2 years. It's all nonsense. Um, they don't have the list of 9,500 banks that we do, number one, and in order from state to state, top, like which ones are giving out the most funding and those who aren't. So you're not wasting time with others. In addition to that, they don't have, and I guarantee this, they do not have the 45 metrics that underwriting is using to judge you and I. And if they don't have that, then they're simply winging it. And and if they're winging it, then they're just playing a numbers game. They just have the cojones to actually put in the applications on your behalf. And that's illegal, number one. Somebody can't submit offers on somebody else's behalf. You can't do that. Number two is they don't care about your finances, your future, your family. Like they don't. They're playing the numbers game. They're just doing the job. And typically in those cultures, you're getting a new manager every other month and every other couple months, and it's like, who am I really dealing with? Okay. In reality, we've had the same team, okay, for a very long time that are dedicated to seeing you succeed. And we have the rules to the game. We have the bank contacts. We have the resources. And that's why our average is 370,000 per member. Now, our worst case is 200,000. For those who implement the process, 200,000 is our floor, okay? Our best has been over 1 million in funding. In our inner circle, a lot of our members in that one, they're the ones that are getting the 500 to 1 million plus. in the 90-day challenge, still average 370,000. So you can get incredible results. The cool part is every 6 months, you know this stuff so that you can implement it every 6 months per person. If you're doing it with a significant other, business partner, kids, family, friends, whatever, you can do it now. 3 months later, they can do it, just another person. And then 3 months after that, you're back at it. So that second person can really help out tremendously. Um, what else? I think it's the I think of it like this: an Olympic gold medal winner, they're not doing it solo. They're doing it with a dream team. And you can't outsource your push-ups, okay? As bad as we all want to elevate and delegate everything in our lives, it's just not reality. Finances is the foundation. It's the bedrock that you are building upon. So if you don't have that dialed in, if you don't understand your finances, if you don't know how to talk to the banks properly, then you're winging it. And that's something you shouldn't be outsourcing. Just like we all wish that we could outsource our push-ups, but you can't. You can't. I had to hire on a trainer today. I had to meet him today. He asked me about accountability on the calories and food, and then we put in hard work and the prep before that and the prep after. It's like the blood work that he asked me to review last week. Like, you hire on a dream team to get the accountability, the structure, the implementation of somebody who's already been there and done it. That's just what it is. That's what an Olympic gold medal winner does. Okay. And so you go the cheap route and you pay other people to do it. It's ask them what their average is what you want to dial in. Anyway, I want to go back to the real estate stuff. I know there's more questions up here. I'm going to come back to it in a second. So the real estate deals, 3 offers per day. How do you do that? You got to get crystal clear on number one, the strategy. When you say you want to do real estate, there's 30 plus ways to make money in real estate. Which one? Which one are you going to do? So number one, you want to do a little bit of research. And I typically recommend like 6 months of doing this or you could do it within 30 days. Looking at every single one of those options and really ask yourself, do you clearly understand from beginning to end, what does it take for that type of strategy? And which one at the end of the day are you aligned to? Number one. Number two, do you have the resources for? And number three, that you have the time for, okay? That you are aligned to, that like it's dragging you in, that you have the resources for. It could be finances, it could be connections and so forth, and then lastly, that you have the time for, okay? I've talked to people that say they want to do fix and flips, but they do a commute to work there and back 2 hours every day. Okay. Um, and they also have, a fresh newborn at home. They got 4 kids, a wife, and a special needs child at home. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, what is the likelihood of you being able to do a successful fix and flip? It's just very unlikely. It's very difficult. So I would just say, like, you want to make sure that your time allows it, that your resources allow it, whether it's finances, whether it's connections, contacts, different pieces of the whole puzzle from beginning to end of what it looks like to be able to make that a reality. Connections at the courthouse, money partner, whatever. Um, and are you actually aligned to it? Does it get you excited? Like, do you want to do this type of thing? I personally like the burst strategy for many reasons. At the end of the day, the burst strategy, it's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. Okay, it's a value add. All real estate or all even businesses are all about a value add. You take something existing that's beat up from the feet up and underperforming, you buy it at a discount rate, so you get a good deal on it, and then you make it nice again. You improve it. Okay, you cut the cost, you improve, put a lot of money into it to be able to make it more valuable. And then instead of just cleaning it up and reselling it and making a one-time payment like a fix and flip, instead you're just refinancing it because now it's a performing asset because you rented it out. It's making money. It's rent proof. It's brand new. It's the best one in the neighborhood when it was the worst one. Now you can take it back to the bank, refinance it, get all your money back, and now you repeat the process. Now it's got a small mortgage, cash, it brings in more than that, it cash flows, you get tax benefits, appreciation, depreciation, um, cash flow, you name it, like just benefits behind it, and you just repeat that process. That's what I've done. That's what a lot of investors done. However you look at it, it's all about value add, okay? But you got to look, does your time allowance, like, are you able to, like, all those things, right? Once you understand the strategy that you're going to, after you do that research of all the different options, and I truly do believe that all people that fail in real estate, they fail because they don't know all those other options. Okay, they when plan A fails, and it always does, they don't jump to plan B, C, D, E. They jump to Z right away, and they get crazy. And you don't want to do that. Okay, but nevertheless, when you find out the strategy, okay, then you go knee deep into it. All the books, podcasts, YouTube, find a mentor doing that strategy, learn it inside and out, and understand it to a core. Okay. Book knowledge is great. Implementation is your second piece of it. You're only going to get 50% of the way there with all 100% of the knowledge with the book stuff. The hands on approach, implementing it, is the other 50% that you must do. So you must fail forward and implement that piece of it. There will be learning curves in both. The learning is less like the hands-on or like book knowledge, YouTube, less of a hurt. The hands-on portion of it is definitely more of a hurt hands-on experience, but that's the best part. Okay. Um, After you understand the strategy, you go knee deep into it for a minimum of 6 months. Then after that, you start understanding the location. Where's the location that location must align with your strategy. Okay. You can't do, I don't know. Uh, I don't want to say can't. It makes it more difficult to do, 1,000 unit multifamily or a 300, 400, 500 multifamily in a high area um like California or the Bay Area or San Diego. Um, Not impossible, just less likely, more difficult, and so forth, right? More sophisticated sellers and buyers, and so it's just more difficult. Versus you could do it in Kansas City, you could do it in Ohio, you could do it in, areas like that. So it just depends, right? Blue states, red states, all that stuff matters if you're going to have tenants and so forth. So the location matters with the strategy that you're going to go with. After that, um, then it's all about the resources in that location once you pick that strategy or that location. Going back to location, just before I transition here, is you want to look for not just alignment, but job growth, population growth, and something unique within that atmosphere of that location. Okay, does it align with that strategy, and is there job growth, population growth, and something unique? If there is, you have an opportunity to start diving in there. And then it's all about the resources, the connections. You know, you should be networking with everybody and their grandmother in that neighborhood, in that area. You should know exactly what you want because you know exactly the strategy you're looking for. I'm looking for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, this square footage in these neighborhoods because I know the strategy, I know the location, and I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not looking for all real estate like some people say they want to jump into. Don't do that. Um, but you want to network with the police department, the Chamber of Commerce, the brokers, agents, real estate agents, real estate brokers, real estate wholesalers, um, the local RIA group, the local high schools, not high school, sorry, the local colleges, I meant to say. Um, the dorm department at those colleges, the housing department at the colleges. Speaking to the fire department and the police department, knowing which neighborhoods to stay in and which ones to stay out, which ones are coming up and which ones, are making their way. And you're just collecting data and you're letting people know, like, hey, who do I need to talk to help me with my goal? And people want to support, people want to help. And if they're giving you time of day, then they're going to connect you with somebody. Okay. So don't sleep on that piece of it. But when you have everybody and their grandmother knowing exactly who you are, what you're looking for, and in the area, and you're excited for it, and you're networking with everybody, the librarian, the local restaurants, everybody, then you have a lot of leads coming in, wholesalers, brokers, agents. You're on a bunch of email lists. You're getting a bunch of contacts. Now it's all about underwriting. You just got to do napkin numbers, napkin, no more than 2 to 5 minutes on each, because it's not a deal until it's a deal, until it's under contract. Then you can do due diligence, okay? But 5, 10 minutes on each one, run the numbers roughly, and then submit the offer, do 3 per day, and do it consistently for 30 to 90 days. I guarantee it, you'll get something under contract. If you lowball something, then and you're doing some percentages, weird stuff, because you built some formula, cool. There's exceptions to things, but if you lowball something, you want to make sure you have justification behind it. If you don't have justification of why it's this, price that you're asking, then it just comes off like a jerk. Okay. You got to have justification. They can tell you screw off. They can tell you like, and you can follow up every month. And I've had deals like that. And, they come back. I follow up every month, 6 months down the road. They're like, all right, fine. We'll finally just give it to you at that price. And it's like, ugh, I appreciate it. But now I have other options. And now my price is not what it was. So it's this number. And you get some kind of crazy deals. You never know. So, anyway, that's that on the real estate side of things. Hopefully that helps for a lot of you guys that are jumping into real estate, wanting to know the ins and outs and all the things in between. Um, and then Casey, hopefully that helps with the so timing with us, we do every 6 months per person. You can get more funding. If you wanted to just do business credit, which we don't recommend just that, we recommend both because the stronger personal profile, you can get more business funding. Plus, let's say you get 4 million on the personal side, you can take out 1 million of it and your personal FICO score is not affected at all. If you get just 1 million, you can take out 290,000 and it's not affecting at all. Underwriting requirements are 45 metrics. Real estate focused. I'm a real estate guy myself. We love talking about real estate. We're doing ground up construction, costs $300 a square foot to build right now. It's worth 900 square foot afterwards. A bunch of things like that. All right, let me jump in. Lisa, he said, hey, Brandon, my main question is when doing the mass apply, is if there is no banking relationship and it says to come in order to get a credit card, do you just walk in and apply for the credit card only if you don't have the funds to open the account? How do you finish the mass apply if that is the case? Thank you. So if you're getting a message, like you don't have a relationship with them, you're just getting marketed to say, hey, come in and apply for a credit card. Am I reading that right? Come in order to get a credit card. Yeah, that's just a marketing thing. You can do it over the phone most likely. You can do it online most likely. You can probably call in advance and set up a meeting, or you could uh yeah, it's always about calling to build the relationship and verifying information. So Lisa, what you're going to want to do is say like, hey, I got this letter notification, like, and just call them like, can I apply for this credit card? Of course, having a bank relationship helps. More products, more services helps. Longer you've been with them, the stronger the internal rating, the monthly balance, the more money going in than going out, enough transactions, all that stuff helps. Is it mandatory with all banks? No. With some banks, yes. So just knowing those bank rules, bank policies, where are they going to pull from, that stuff helps. But but the best recommendation that I give for your mass supply is, and this is just a rough rule. Some people can do way more. You can do 20 in a day. Some folks have. There's other people that do it a little too slow and steady, which I'm not a fan of. But a rough rule is do 10 per week. 10 per week. So you're going after like 40, 10 every week. But how you want to do those 10 is either anywhere from 1 to 3 days knocking out those 10. Okay, if you can knock out all 10 today, great. If you keep on getting approved. If you don't, then if you get denied twice, you stop, right? And you figure out what's the reason why I got denied. And if it matches, let's figure that out. And can we overcome it with the reconsideration line? And are those reasons that they gave you, anywhere from 1 to 5 reasons potentially, are they legitimate or BS? Okay. And so if they're legitimate, you got to go back and try to fix those things before applying more. If it's not legitimate, then just overcome it, get it reconsidered, and move on to the next bank. Remove, yeah, all that stuff. Um, but after the third, 1 to 3 days, once you're done with those 10 or more that you want to go after that week, then get your fix pack together, remove all those hard inquiries, and then you're right back at it the following Monday. Um, for that example, like you're just doing it the next week and just rocking and rolling through it. I recommend doing your applications during weekdays. I think it just, if it does need to go to underwriting, it's going to be a little bit better. But there are some bank rules that for certain banks, like Navy Federal Credit Union, if you do it after 11 p.m., there's actually benefits behind it. It goes through a natural, just automatic approval type of process. So it just depends on some of these rules. Does that help, Lisa? Is that beneficial, or am I making it worse? Adam, my call with Drew today, and my question pertains to my LLC and opening accounts with it. Drew asked me to join in on the call tonight to ask this question, but I have a call with Jackson at US Bank. Cool. To open both business and personal. Sorry, I'm a slow reader, to get that relationship started. If you remember from our call, I am not the uh MGRM. Oh, managing member. Okay. For my single member LLC. Okay, I ghosted myself on taxes. Yep. Uh Foundation is the managing member for my LLC. Do you think this will be a problem for the US Bank? No, there shouldn't be. They do want to verify uh the identity sometimes and extend the business credit. Okay. Okay, let me go here. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you. So because there's entities for protection and liability standpoint uh and mitigation and like hiding and so forth. And there's other entities for funding. The funding ones you typically want to be seen everywhere, because the very first thing that a banker is going to do is Google your business name and verify, are you showing up SEO wise in the first 1 to 3 pages. They really want to see that, because if they're going to give you money, they want to make sure that number one, you qualify, but also that you can be found. Okay, not somewhere that it's inconsistent or, it's all over the place. They don't want that. And so they're looking for low risk in that form just from the beginning. When opening those bank accounts, sometimes you'll slide under the radar and everything will be good. Other times they will ask for, okay, well, if we can't find you being the owner of this one, but your entity owns that, and your entity owns that, and your trust owns that, then we're going to need to see documentation for that. Otherwise, yeah, getting an aged entity can be beneficial. I just bought five yesterday. So if you need one, then reach out, let me know, and happy to get you a quote on it. The benefits are 2 years, 4 years, or 10 years plus. We can get extremely discounted ones that are guaranteed, not blacklisted, not used and abused, not screwed over, like um, to be able to set you up for great funding. It's only one out of 45 rules out of the 45 metrics. So don't like make it everything. You getting one aged entity without knowing the rules, you're still not getting any funding. Knowing the rules with a good aged entity, all the difference. It can really help out. Does that help, Adam? Brandon, zero interest loans would be 1 year or so until real interest starts. Are these only credit cards looking for funds for uh, interest bearing investments? Okay. Um, so so with banks, there's over 400 different products that they offer, over 400, so all types of loans. The only ones out there that are giving 0% interest are unfortunately just going to be credit cards, okay? Unfortunately, not unfortunately. It is a blessing, truthfully, because you can get points, you can get protection, you can get credit limit increases. It's easier. Um, then a lot of loans, you need to give a lot of documentation depending on how much you're requesting. A lot of people mess that up and then they think, oh, I got asked documentation. What bank's not going to ask for documentation? The ones that you don't request too high of a threshold. Every bank has a certain threshold that they feel comfortable lending with. When you ask for more than that, then they have to ask for documentation. So we're always going after no docs or low doc type of funding. So credit cards are going to be the only one, Jonathan, that offer 0% interest. But the 0% interest is anywhere from 6 months. I've never seen less than 6 months, all the way up to 24 months. Yes, up to 24 months. However, you'll see it very common. The average is like 15 to 18 months. You'll see a majority of them landing in that range. So I never go after the 6 months ones. I've never needed that. I've always gone for at least 12 months, 18 and so forth. But yeah, that's kind of the kicker there. Um, and then we can show you how to liquidate cards into cash so that you can use it for anything. Of course, we do not give permission to buy the $20,000 Gucci sweatshirt to look cool or anything stupid like that. We do give permission, however, to buy assets, and I'm happy to look over the assets with you and verify, is this a low risk? Does it align with your goals? You know, and some people, they want to do like the e-com store or these all types of things. And it's like, dude, if I've already been there and done it and I've had a tremendous learning curve, and not just myself solo by myself, me only. If I know hundreds of other people that have been there and done it too, and they've experienced the average of this, I'm going to give you all my feedback because that's what you deserve in real life coaching. Okay. So yeah, whatever. If you are the biggest thing that I like individuals to, after they get funding, to put it to work on is, if you have a business, if you have areas that you know how to make money, okay? Not everybody knows how to make money, but if you have a area of expertise, like you've invested heavily into crypto or stocks and the education, not just money, but education, and now you're equipped with, like, man, if I just had an extra 50 grand, I could probably multiply that and get a 20% return, then I would say do that and have backup plans and have reserves and high risk, low risk. Like, understand with your age and what you're trying to accomplish and your goals, like, does all that make sense? If this is valuable, let me know in the chat, please. Please do that. All right, Bill. Good afternoon, Mr. Elliott. I like that. Have you been work? I have been working on my business credit. Oh, I lost you. There's a message coming in. I've been working on my business credit and have a 35 Experian, 80 Paydex, and a 412 Equifax. Um, a 619 Equifax Insights, and 140, 141 FICO. Uh, is there any hope of getting some funding for my business? Billy, my friend, none of that stuff matters. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know you feel like you've been lied to or scammed or some other BS. All that stuff doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you're looking for non-personally guaranteed, or if you're looking for um loans, like some big loans, again, they're not going to be 0% interest. But if you're looking for that stuff, that big dollar amounts, and they're going to do a UCC filing, then they're going to want to see some of that stuff. But they care more about the money of like the business. And if you want to show documents, like that's what they're going to require and request. So they care more about the business fundamentals. They care less about your paid score. Um, for non-personally guaranteed type of funding, then yes, that stuff matters down the road. But the way to build that out properly is it takes 5 hours of your time initially. A lot of it is SEO, getting yourself blasted out there everywhere and apples to apples across the board, and not like I have about 18,000 a month in revenue, and my cash flow is basically zero because I do everything from my revenue. So yeah, so basically you're probably not, you're the typical entrepreneur, like everyday hustler, like you're making good money, great, but the money that comes in, you use it everywhere. It's not as separated or categorized and maybe organized. And so the money that comes in, you use it other places probably. It's very common, but you don't need, if you're looking for funding, business credit funding, you don't need to build out a crazy business credit profile like a lot of people think. If you want non-PG funding, it takes 5 hours initially, and then to set up everything takes 2 weeks to update, and then it takes 2 hours every single month roughly to be able to add a certain amount of trade lines. We give you access to 160 business trade lines in our inner circle. That one is worth like 1 million plus right there. I promise you. It's so good. And in comparison, Walmart has like 300 something business trade lines. Okay. We give you access to 160. When you're at 10 business trade lines, you're crushing it. You're in the 1%. So when you get to 30, it's incredible. But long story short, you want to add 6 to 7 of them per month. And it takes 2 hours per month to do that and keep up with that and stay organized. After 6 months of doing that, your business credit profile looks really good. And with what you say, how to position yourself with the business, your personal plus your business credit profile, you can open up the floodgates over your business profile and get a lot of funding, non-PG. But most people, and correct me if I'm wrong, Billy, on this, um, a lot of people focus on this high level business credit thing. 99% of people are misguided and it's all BS, not needed. Um, and they do that because they have bad credit typically. So, Billy, what is your FICO score? I'm curious. Because if you need to just fix personal credit and not make the same mistakes in the past, I can help you with that most likely. We just got to see what the deal is first. Jonathan loves the info. Awesome. Appreciate you, dude. Do you have to show income from the business? No, not always. No, you don't. Again, we don't show any documentation, no docs, low docs. We don't do any of that stuff. Billy, you are absolutely correct. It's in the high 500s with a ton of maxed out credit cards because I use them to open my business. Yep. It's so common. Everybody, okay, like you got to focus on the personal credit. Got to focus on the personal credit. If you don't focus on the personal credit, the foundation, that's everything. The banks will see it. The banks will care. You are personally guaranteeing it. Your thumbprint is the same, like no matter how many entities you set up and structure, you're not going to be able to get any funding until that's dialed in properly. So the personal credit is going to hold you back 100%. Yeah. Yeah. But check this out, man. If do you have is it all just because of no, if you're in the 500s, it's because there's late payments, collections, derogatory remarks, okay? Plus maxed out cards. So they probably cut your limits, closed your cards, maxed out, maybe hard inquiries too, but hard inquiries doesn't get you to the fives. It's because of late payments, collections, and derogatory. So I have a car note that I co-sign. Yeah, never co-sign. Yeah, and she's always late. Get off that thing and let her know that she's trashing your credit. And honestly, never ever co-sign ever. I actually talked about this, I think last week with my friend on Daniel Hack. Um, he was a member with us in the past. And so you never want to co-sign because yeah, I don't care if it's a friend, a family, a loved one, a business partner, never do it. Why? Because if they can't qualify themselves, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. The banks don't trust them. Why should you? And I know it's your loved ones. I know it's your friends. And what other choice do they have? I don't know. They'll figure it out because they're an adult, you know? And they have to go through those lessons. That's not up to you. That's not up to you. But now, because of that, your stuff's trash. And if you ever do decide to co sign for somebody, you got to have it in the mindset that that is your loan. So every single month, yeah, the responsibility is for her supposedly to pay, but if she you're supposed to give guidelines of like, hey, pay on this date, and then you look to verify by the due date every single month. If it is not paid, then you're going to make that payment. Because if not, your score will get screwed. It will hold you back. It will devastate everything. And so I'm sorry you went through that. I honor the loving heart of the fathership of like going above and beyond for your kids and caring. I understand it. I get it. I really do. It just breaks my heart of this stuff should have been taught in school because a lot of good people like yourself uh would have avoided being harmed from the the extra. You know what I mean? Um Matt said one little mention on crypto, specifically just because uh, Bitcoin's long term um, have been Bitcoin could go lower, dude. A lot of it's being manipulated too. So Um, if you want to buy into it, just understand this. Anything like crypto and so forth, like it's all calculated risk. Stock market, there's no guarantees, no guarantees. So if you have extra money that you just want to throw in there and you're okay with completely losing it or that it takes you 5, 10 years to get back, then do that. Do that. But if you have other areas that you're paying higher interest or you have loans or credit cards are still higher than they need to be, then I would focus on paying that stuff off first because paying those other things off first before investing, like get rid of the debt so that you can reestablish, refoundation, build upon it, get smart capital, 0% interest, then uh, dibble dabble into the investments. Yeah, good, Matt. Um, Demo, what's up? Good to see you on here, man. You got any questions? Adam, you're back. Let's go. Quick and easy. Let's go, baby. Good conversation, hopefully. That's awesome. Um, cool. Well, I got a meeting coming up in just a little bit. Plus, I gotta eat some lunch sometime today. It's about to be 2 p.m. I gotta eat some lunch. There should be a recording, hopefully. I pray to God there's a recording. Will it be recorded? I hope so, man. I hope so. There should be. I'll check in with my team and see what the deal is, and hopefully it should just be on social media, honestly. But I'm gonna stop talking from there because I don't want to talk out my mouth and say the wrong things. So hopefully, maybe Jesse. I don't know if he's on here right now, and if he can let us know. But might be on social media somewhere. Might be on YouTube. I think we're live streaming right now, so could be, could be. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, dog. Hopefully you are doing amazing. You got the Brady bunch, all the kids, amazing wife. Dude, the real estate stuff is always like calculated risk. You can really, uh, you can have judgment and opportunities, and of course you can't predict what the market's going to be, the interest rates are going to be in 6 to 12 months or 18 months, if projects take that long. But you can have, if you have cool investors that are okay with waiting, if you have very conservative interest rates, we hope that it goes lower. What if it stays the same? What if it goes a little higher? How much higher could it go? I don't know. But if you put just a little bit higher conservative, that, like, you can get a it can hopefully make some sense. You know what I'm saying? Who gave the smiley face or something, or a laughing face? Uh, then I'm at a 740 FICO score. Want to get a low interest loan to fund personal investments, looking for 1 million. So, Jonathan, you're going to want to, number one, boost your score up to the 800 club. I can show you step by step how to do that in 30 days or less, guaranteed. Because 740, you don't have any late payments, collections, you don't have any derogatory remarks. You might have a couple old, outdated personal info, maybe a couple hard inquiries that aren't attached. We can teach you how to remove. It's going to take 5 minutes on each bureau to clean up your credit profile, which is great. Okay. After that, then it's about boosting your score to the 800 club. Then it's about building the banker relationships, opening up the right accounts, and then it's about putting your application sequence in the right order. When you do that properly, that's where you'll be able to get, but you got to know the rules, the 45 metrics. You got to learn how to talk to them properly, saying the right things, doing the right things. That's where you'll be able to literally get hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding. We've had people hit 1 million in funding several times, but they really understand the process. And our average is 370. So if you're looking for $1 million in funding, it's got, like, for what exactly? Is it attached to something? Most people are not going to give you just $1 million. Uh, we've had somebody recently get 780,000 for himself. Um, and then he was working on his wife's, and he got her to 300,000 last time I spoke with him, but that was like a month ago. He's probably much higher with hers now. But yeah, that's like combination, getting a lot. He's very smart and talented. Like, he knows what he's doing. Personal company investments. Yeah, personal company investments, they're not going to do that. So can you get three, four, five, six, 700,000? Yeah, you could for sure. And you should, if you are in the community and you're learning the process for sure. So that's just what I recommend. Any other questions you guys have? Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jonathan. Any other things? Guys, if you're looking to grow and scale your business and be able to maximize the most, then then yeah, reach out. Would love to help you guys, and yeah, I'd love to. If you're not a member of Credit Counsel Elite, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to want to learn how to talk to these banks properly. You're going to want the support, the culture, the community. We got amazing human beings in our group doing badass things. Um, so anyway, love you guys all so much. I got to bounce. And hopefully you guys all had a killer day. Let's get out there. Let's make it an incredible week. And let me see. There's another. Lee DM'd me with the can this work on a solo proprietary? Yeah, it can. Yes, it can. Yes, it can, my friend. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed day. If you guys need anything, what other events we got coming up? Yeah, if you're a member in Credit County Elite, then make sure that you're coming to the Mondays, Thursdays, Saturday group calls. It's bananas. It's going to be great. If you're in Inner Circle, we got the first Tuesday of the month. That's next week. It's gonna be we're gonna be diving into some awesome stuff. So come if you're in the Inner Circle for that. If you're not in the Inner Circle and you're not in the 90-day challenge, if you're not a member of Credit County Elite, I don't know what to tell you. What you're gonna want to do is DM me on social media. Make sure that you guys are following on Instagram. It's Credit Counsel Elite or Brandon Elliott Investments. Make sure you're following us. You can DM me on there and say, Brandon, I messed up. I'm not in Credit Counsel Elite. And happy to have you watch some videos and answer some of your questions and see if it's a good fit. And if it is, then we can jump on a call and have a conversation. Okay. And and if you're looking to put your money to work and invest as a not doing active real estate, but you're doing passive real estate, then we have real estate opportunities where you can put your money to work in real estate with us, doing some ground up construction. We got the 4 units we're about to start building in I don't know. We're gonna get permits approved in 2 weeks, and then anytime after that, we'll start rocking and rolling. So if you want to be a part of that, then simply DM me as well, reach out. And anyway, love you guys all so much. You guys have a blessed day, and we'll catch you later. Adios. Have fun today, guys. God